We're learning former National Security Advisor John Bolton apparently tried to raise the alarm over Rudy Giuliani's involvement in Ukraine. The New York Times was reporting that Bolton wanted White House lawyers to be alerted back in July when he learned about efforts to pressure the country. Bolton's former aide, that's Fiona Hill, testified yesterday before House impeachment investigators. Bolton reportedly called Giuliani, President Trump's personal attorney, this a hand grenade. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill with more on that story. Hand grenade, very graphic description, Nancy. What else do we know?
Well, Fiona Hill testified for more than 9 hours, Gayle, and she said that John Bolton instructed her to go to the chief lawyer at the National Security Council and report that there was an outside Ukraine policy, very unusual, that involved the acting White House chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney.
A red flag from John Bolton, who was the president's own national security advisor. According to the New York Times, Fiona Hill told lawmakers that Bolton was concerned about the goals Rudy Giuliani, Gordon Sondland, and acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney were pursuing in Ukraine. Bolton advised her to tell White House lawyers, "I'm not part of whatever drug deal Sondland and Mulvaney are cooking up." His metaphor may have referred to this. In September, CBS News reported that shortly before Mr. Trump's call with Ukraine's president,
that call was perfect. It couldn't have been nicer.
Mr. Trump instructed Mulvaney to hold off on releasing millions in military aid for Ukraine, as Giuliani, Sondland, and President Trump all pressured Ukrainian leaders to investigate a campaign rival, Joe Biden. Today, lawmakers will interview Deputy Assistant Secretary of State George Kent. Kent oversaw former U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yovanovitch, who testified last week. Democrats believe Yovanovitch was removed to make way for someone more willing to pursue the president's personal campaign goals.
And we were blocked by the ambassador who eventually got fired.
In emails from this spring, Kent described the Giuliani-led efforts to sully Yovanovitch and send her home as a, quote, fake news-driven smear.
She was the victim of propaganda, conspiracy theory, and an organized political hit job on her.
Some Republicans argue these closed-door depositions are unfair to the president.
Even if you're not going to allow the American public to watch it live, release the transcripts.
House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff says he will release the transcripts once these depositions wrap up, but that for investigative reasons it's important that witnesses don't know what the other has said. Separately, CBS News has confirmed that the Department of Justice is now investigating Rudy Giuliani and whether he violated foreign lobbying rules after 2 of his Ukraine-led associates were arrested last week. Tony?
It's a major development there, Nancy. Thank you very much.